We're back with Coulter, Hannah, Peter Suderman. Coulter, I want to ask you about some disturbing stuff from Leon Panetta's testimony today. I'll read you from the top of Breitbart. Panetta, Obama, AWL on night of Benghazi attack. All right, they had a 5 p.m. meeting. Nobody heard from the president after the 5 p.m. meeting. The whole Benghazi business lasted at least 7 hours. Now it turns out also, other news reports today, that there was no Hillary Clinton from the State Department, which is her jurisdiction. So Panetta didn't talk to the president. Panetta didn't talk to Hillary Clinton. I don't know who he talked to. All I know is nobody saved the 4 people. We didn't see any American force. What's up with that?
And it's long after the presidential election has run. I mean, you really wonder if Democrats would win any elections if we had an honest media in this country. This is really getting to be a problem. As Pat Goodell says, the media is becoming a threat to democracy. The things that they went crazy over when Bush was president, I mean, remember that video at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? We, of course, found weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, but there were not the stockpiles of weapons of mass destruction. And he had a little video of, I don't know, like the dog looking for the weapons of mass destruction under the White House furniture. It was a silly little video, and you would think someone died. Well, here, in this case, under Obama, 4 people did die, and this is coming out, what, 5 months after it happened, 4 months after the election? What is with our media?
All right, the media may be culpable, but I want to go back to, frankly, Panetta's story. He did not. They had a 5 p.m. meeting in the White House, but Benghazi went on all night long, at least 7 hours, point number 1. Point number 2, nothing between the president and his defense secretary through that whole evening. This was a crisis with American lives at stake. Nothing with the Secretary of State. I mean, at least the ambassador was part of her operation. The others may have been CIA. Oh, I don't know where the CIA was. In other words, it was sort of like Panetta alone, which just doesn't strike me as a very responsible way to handle a crisis. Who's on first? What's on second over there? Ann.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I thought I'd had my say. No, I know. I agree. This is a major story. Americans were dying. I mean, on a few news outlets, you would hear about this before the election, that there was time to get helicopters there, to get fighter planes there, to have saved some of these Americans. And we get the cock and bull story about some American-made video ginning up a spontaneous demonstration. And now we find out that the president and the Secretary of State were AWOL this evening.
AOL. I mean, Mark Hannah, doesn't this embarrass you? I mean, maybe this is one of the reasons Leon Panetta's getting the heck out. He doesn't want to cut the Defense Department budget, but maybe more to the point, he doesn't want to work with people that he didn't work with during an emergency like this.
Larry, the first thing people need to remember is that this was predominantly an attack on America, not necessarily a cover-up by America. Yes, there was a crisis happening overseas in Benghazi, and yes, the State Department was scrambling and the administration was scrambling, but blaming this on, you know, Hillary Clinton, as I've seen a lot of conservative commentators do.
I'm not blaming Hillary Clinton. Wait a second, I'm making a separate point. No, believe me, I'm not blaming Hillary for the attack. But your first point was right. This was an attack on America. You're exactly right. Now, the point is, when there's an attack on America, the president should be involved. What Panetta said was, President Obama, who I just praised on the drone attacks, he got that right, but he was AWL on Benghazi. That's not good. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, AWL. That can't be good, Mark. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, the entire Obama administration, when something like that happens, when an ambassador is killed and they find out about it, I'm sure they mobilize everything to the best of their ability. Now, we can second guess, you know, the details of who was sort of, you know, speaking with whom at what time and that sort of thing, but I don't think it's very productive now that we have 4 Americans dead to sort of, you know, Larry, this really reeks of blaming America first.
I don't know. Peter Suderman, I just have 30 seconds left. I'm sorry, Pete. All I'll say is, Peter, we got to find out how this operated to improve upon it in the future. You would agree with me on that, at least. Just
certainly. I mean, people do not have the information that they need here. The Obama administration has not been forthcoming. They have been missing in action when it mattered. They have been misleading with people.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Coulter, great. Thank you very much. Mark Hannah, Peter Suderman, much more time the next time. I appreciate you. That's it.